And the former chairman of the committee expected to question Janet Yellen tomorrow. That is former Senator Alfonse D'Amato, former head of the Senate Banking Committee. It's good to see you, Senator. Thanks so much for joining us. So lay out what we should expect in the questioning tomorrow and today. I mean, tomorrow she speaks to the Senate.
There's going to be some real questions as it relates to what will the rates be going forward. And I think she did the right thing by saying, look, if this weakness continues throughout the world market, et cetera, we'll be prepared to lower rates. And that's really what she's saying. And I think you can expect that. And, of course, so much this is tied not only to China, but the energy sector. Maria, take a look at the big banks and the Wall Street group that really has some very real problems developing. You're going to be seeing bankruptcies in the energy area. You're going to be seeing the financial institutions taking major hits, major write-offs, and we're talking about tens of billions of dollars.
Right. And she's got to acknowledge that as well. Look, she's acknowledging the stock market declines, and she's acknowledging the strong dollar. Those are two major issues for markets. But you're right. When you see more bankruptcies, and we were predicting this and expecting this as oil prices came down, because there were real knock-on effects for oil prices coming down.
That's right. And the worst is yet to be.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. And the restructuring that's going to have to take place as it relates to avoiding some of these bankruptcies. But there are going to be huge write-offs in the financial institutions. You're already beginning to see it. You know, Citigroup and some of the other major banks are taking big hits. Goldman, you know, Morgan Stanley. They've got big exposures out there, and
yeah, they made the loans. They made the loans to a lot of these shale players.
That's right.
That now are needing to fire and cut capex.
And we're seeing earnings coming out of the big energy names. And you know, looking at last quarter, oil averaged $44 a barrel. So now for the current quarter, I think it's safe to say oil's going to average a lot lower than $44 a barrel. So you've seen some dividend cuts already. You've seen production cuts across the board, but what comes next? I think next quarter could be the worst for
the worst is yet to be. You're absolutely right. You're talking about from 44 down to the $30 range, and it's predicted it'll even go lower. You have Iran coming back on. You have more oil coming out there. The glut is tremendous, so I think you're going to see that come down. And again, tens of billions of dollars in write-offs. And look at the major institutions. The worst is yet to be.
It looks like her comments don't really help markets because they are so downbeat on the state of the economy. When you have the Fed chief who just hiked interest rates a couple of months ago now saying, acknowledging all these risks in the market, something else that she's going to have to address head on. Inflation expectations have come down. They're at 2009 levels. How can you have that's what the rest of the world is worried about, deflation. She has to address that. And the more she talks about it, the harder it's going to be for markets, I think.
Again, it's serious. What is the futures right now? What does the future market say right now?
Dow up 100.
It's up 100. I predict that is going to come right down.
You think it's going to come down?
Oh, absolutely.
Because this basically indicates a much weaker economy than people know.
That's right.
I mean, if the Federal Reserve can't even stand by the lousy quarter-point move that they made at the end of last year, and they actually have to reverse course, egg on your face, huge mistake, you missed it, and now the stock market probably needs to come down.
It will. It will come down appreciably, and what happens is the momentum of people getting out, saying, "Listen, I'm going to take my loss and get out now." It's easy to say, "Well, just stick in there and wait." People aren't buying it; they are getting out massively.
And real quick on the New Hampshire results last night.
Big win for Trump. Hillary's got problems. Bernie's win, 20-plus points, 22
Pretty
points.
Unbelievable.
And you know, when the Mo starts, it's very hard to stop it. I think the governor of New Jersey, a huge loser. You know, he who throws the bomb often gets blown up with it. So he attacked Rubio, did not help him.
No.
He's out. Donald's on a roll. And watch out, that so-called firewall in South Carolina.
Yep.
It may not. It may have some cracks in it. I'm not saying she may not carry it, but she's not going to carry it by the 30-plus points that she was at.
On top of New Hampshire and on top of Iowa. Let's not forget that razor-thin win that she had there.
And she did not look particularly good last night. It was almost like just reading my lines, going through it. And let me tell you, the old guy, he's tapped in to the anger that people have.
Like Trump. Senator, good to see you.
Good to
Thanks
be
so
with
much,
you.
Senator D'Amato there. Adam.